Right, hello everybody, welcome, thanks for joining me. I just thought in this one, because I've had a few new subscribers recently, thanks to Mark mainly for promoting the channel. I just thought I'll just give an overview of the garden, what's going on, what big plans I've got, because there's lots coming up, lots I want to do, lots I want to try, things to grow, things to make. So let's go and have a look. Oh, don't fall over, Pete. Right, so right off the bat, if you see anything or you've got an idea, stick it in the comments. I love the comments. Some of the best things I've grown and the best ideas I've had to try things have come from other people's videos and people's comments. Because I'm new to this. Yes, I got a farming background and I'm a practical person, so I can build most things, make most things, and I'm willing to have a go at most things. So yeah, if you see anything or you've got an idea, shout it out at me. Love to know. First thing I want to do is add some depth to the garden, in as much as some more color, some more beds, funky things. I don't really know what I'm talking about, but I just want to add a bit more depth to it. You know, just make it a bit more interesting. Someone to see you going around that corner, someone to make you laugh, someone to make you chuckle, anything like that. And my first thought moving forward is, just you come inside the gate, I've got this bit of ground here that I'm thinking some sort of bed, because it's a bit of wasted ground, some sort of bed with climbing plants or tall plants to go up there, just something to give it a bit of color. So yeah, that's my thoughts on there. Any suggestions of what to plant, throw them at me. Now, back in February, I built this living willow arch, which has been one of my favourite things. And around it, we put in the sweet peas that are now going to seed. And thanks to Ali over on My Rusty Gardens, she suggested, trying to save some seeds. So that's what I'm trying to do, and there'll be more on that. Right, inside. Haha, there you go, Laura. This is what I've called Laura's bed, because when I made these, she suggested just filling one with soil and putting in things like lettuce. I've had beetroot in there, they grew really well, and these are just a few more lettuce I've put in there now. So I filled it full of soil. It worked brilliantly. Up out the ground, away from the slugs, happy days. To the right here, obviously got the compost. I've got my water storage, IBC, that I pump up from a storage tank by the stables, and an open tank I use for dipping my watering cans. Just one thing, if you've got an open tank, just chuck a bit of random wood in it, just so that should anything fall in there, you know, it can get out. So this is the sort of waste area, if you like. I stupidly, when I did the excavations for the polytunnel, dumped all this here, and I'm not too sure what to do with that. I got to get rid of it, so I may use it to fill the bed that I suggested down by the gate. IBC there, and I've got one of these Bosch pumps that I might do a review on that, because it's absolutely brilliant, and I've managed to water everything in this garden with rainwater. Well, and just rain really, because it's rained most of the summer, isn't it? Oh dear. But yeah, everything in the tunnel I've been able to water with rain. Right, what we've got going on here, brushes on top of there, Some tanks over here. There's ones I wash my pots in. Got going on another one of these raised beds that I made, and over this one I just made up a cover, a mesh cover, and in there is one lot of strawberry plants, and I've took some runners and I'm propagating them in these 9cm pots, so hopefully I'll have more strawberries for next year. So that's that. Right, pumpkins. I'm doing a pumpkin update soon, so I won't go over them too much. This here was an absolute, the roughest bit of ground you could imagine. So what I've done, I've called it my horizontal compost heap. I've basically dug it over, put a load of wood chip down, a load of horse manure down, dug that over, and then everything that's been compostable I've chucked on top. Grass clippings, just everything. And because it's so wet, down the side, you can see that I've dug a drainage ditch. So hopefully, come the winter time, we can keep this dry. There again, not too sure what to do with this bed. I'm thinking fruits, maybe some raspberries, because I tried growing raspberries here last year and it was a complete disaster and they all died. But never mind, live and learn. Long here, we've got the potatoes for Christmas. They're Nicola. They're coming up now, looking lovely. I've got the main bed here, that's 30 foot, about 5 foot wide. And in this end, we've got some brassicas, got some purple sprouting broccoli and some red cabbage. But I wasn't geared up for brassicas, to be honest, and everything in the world seems to want to eat them. So they're not the best, but there we go. And what I've done is I put the mesh around, and then either side I've got it just stapled to a bit of wood, so I can roller it down just like that. Roller, roller, roller. Stick a few, no, those two stones there, isn't it? A couple of stones under it. Hopefully keep the butterflies and the caterpillars out best I can. This bed here, I've got some beetroot and some turnips, or baldricks, as I like to call them. Blackadder reference, obviously. And what I did, which I thought was bloody genius, is because I thought everything's going to eat it, I made up a little framework with some of that very fine mesh, placed it over the top, just like that, and just put earth around the outside of it, keep the slugs off. And yeah, it seems to work. So there we go, that's one thing. Next down, we've got some snap peas. They seem quite happy there, just strung up with some cord between them. And yeah, they're flowering and fruiting quite nicely. We've got an empty bed there, not too sure what to do with that yet. Got some sweet corn in this one, which I bagged up to protect with some of these fruit protection bags. Brilliant. Then down here, well, the mesh around the side, it's because I got rabbits here. So I've just put that mesh up, just stapled up, just to protect them. Got the leeks there. Really happy with how they've turned out. There again, first time growing it. So happy with them. At the end, got a tub of carrots, and we have got some sunflowers outside. They're starting to look a bit straggly now, but I'm sure the birds will love them. Yeah, things I've got to do. I've got to make a gate. I'll make a gate for there. I also want to rabbit proof the fencing that goes all the way around. So I'm having a go at that. I also managed to pick up some more of these massive, I mean, these even bigger, 1.2 meter square gravel trays. So I'm thinking of doing something with them, maybe making some sort of like veggie pod type of thing with a foldable cover. So yeah, any ideas on what to do with them, throw them at me. So this is the star of the show, really. This is what all my efforts this year have been put into, was building and enjoying this First Tunnels polytunnel. It's 14 by 30 and it's just been an absolute delight. Just for comparison, next to it, yeah, it's the Out Sunny. Oh dear, I built that because I haven't got a potting shed, and at the time I needed somewhere to work, bit of a workshop, and it was cheap and cheerful. I put it up, did some extra work to it to stop it blowing down, and I won't go in there and show you because I'm up to things in there. It's not growing weed, although that'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? I could afford to do more then. But I'm up to some plans to winterproof it, to stop it blowing away over the winter. So if you've got one of these tunnels and you want to see a few ideas to help stop it blowing away in the winter, come back and see me, because I'll be doing that. In the tunnel, most of you have seen in here before, but it's just my favourite place in the world at the minute. Lots going on, although, you know, things are going over, but it's just brilliant. Yeah, like I say, most people have seen in here. Tomatoes, taken off most of the leaves now, just a few on the top, trying to get them to ripen. Dwarf beans, lovely. Look at that, purple ones. And they're just, I did notice this morning, they're just starting to get some actual beans on them. So that'd be good. What have we got going on here? Oh yeah, watermelon. Anybody know about watermelon? Because I just got the one, and last few days I've noticed the leaves going up to them are starting to wilt, almost like they're underwatered, but I water them pretty good, so I don't think it's that. But any ideas, let me know. Sunflowers in here, oh, they're just brilliant. They make me laugh every time I come in. Gotta love a sunflower. Other things going on in here. Got more strawberries and a strawberry plant, and more runners growing, so I can have even more next year. And I'm trying to figure out a way of like some sort of strawberry bed, but I'm not too sure. So anybody got any ideas on strawberry beds, let me know, because I'd love to know about them. Few lettuce here, just successional growings in me self-watering trays that have worked really well. And apparently, if you listen to Elaine at Allotment Joy, September is what the heck month. So I thought, what the heck, I'm going to try and grow some brassicas in 20-litre pots in the tunnel. So I've got some more red cabbage, cauliflower, and I've got one, because only one germinated. I tried 3 times to grow yellow dwarf beans, and I've only got one. So I thought I'll put him in a pot so I can look after him best I can. So that's that. There again, everything wants to eat them, doesn't it? But I've got something coming to help prevent that. So if you've got an issue with caterpillars, especially on your brassicas, come back and see me, because I've got something coming and I'm going to try it, see if it works. And it was recommended by Charles Dowding, no less. I love Charles. He's like the Bob Ross, isn't he? Bob Ross of Bob Ross of painting with his open-toed sandals. Gotta love him. Tomatoes ripening away, although I've still got a lot of green ones. But yeah, they're coming on, and these are beauties. Look at these. You gotta love it, haven't you? Oh, right. What else we got going on? The little tumbling ones, I stupidly put them in the ground. Didn't really realise what I was doing. So next year we're going to try doing something different with them. Try and get them out the ground a little bit. But what I quite like about putting them between these tomatoes is it gives them plenty of room. So you've got low down tomatoes, high up tomatoes, and good ventilation, I'd say. So yeah, I've got some plans for that. Yeah, this is the tomato that I don't know what went on with that. Just bizarre. This tunnel's got the side ventilation with the plastic cover, and that's rolled up. But I'm thinking I'm going to have to do something to improve, not improve it, but something on the outside to seal it up, because although it rolls up and down, obviously there's gaps at the bottom, and I think in winter when I'm trying to keep this warm, it could be an issue. So because I want to try and keep it warm, last few cucumbers there, and some more brassicas. Yeah, all right, they should have been planted out months ago, Pete, but I didn't. All right, so get off me back. But there again, when I plant them out, I've got something coming. Try and keep the caterpillars off them. And lastly, the big plans for in here. Well, let's get around the table. Is it'll soon be onion planting time. Giant onions. You know I love me onions. So looking forward to that. My cunning plan, because I haven't got a greenhouse because I live on a cliff and it would just blow away, is building a secondary greenhouse or polytunnel, some sort of structure inside the polytunnel up here, because I know that's not going to blow away, and then I'll be able to heat it so that when the onions, you know, February time, need to be away from the grow lights, outside, or not outside, but in somewhere warm, I was thinking building some sort of secondary structure in here that's not too big so I can heat it. I haven't figured out how I'm going to heat it yet because I've got no electric. But any ideas on that? Love to hear it. So, right, as I pan backwards, try not to trip up, obviously. That's it. That's pretty much everything. Well, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, I'd love for you to subscribe, give it a like if you found any of it interesting, and I'll see you next time. Cheers and gone.